what attracted me to the poor, this mission to help rehabilitate people, right? Like when I think when I first saw it, it was more around, and you can correct me, but it was more around like women that had been, um, maybe in abusive relationships or sex trafficked.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now that's grown into men and women, men and women that were incarcerated,
Mm-hmm.
homeless, addicted to drugs. So I was really attracted to the idea that there was somebody running a business, a successful, profitable business, and then using those profits to, I don't know if I'd say like thanklessly, but like just passionately, compassionately, like using those profits to do good in the world. And so that attracted me, and I'll let you kind of like go into more detail in a minute, but as I've learned more, the scale at which you're doing this is is really amazing. Like it's really amazing the amount of people you're helping and how you're doing it. So I guess the main question is like describe in your words. Like I guess first thing is like what you do. That'd be my first question. But then like the probably the meat of it. What I'm really interested in is why you do it.
Well, I never consider this a business,
Okay.
um, but I could see where you see it as a business model, but it's completely nonprofit. Um, it does generate money in the regard that everybody pays to stay. So they're paying like rent, basically. And we do put that money back into the ministry. So it's constantly taking care of itself.
Yeah.
And so that's how it generates the funds and donations, of course. We can sleep up to approximately 100 people. It did start off with international college students was our target market because that's where we felt like the crisis was in the community. And why we came into that is we're business owners in the community. We have hotels and restaurants, and we employ international college students. And with that, they have their share of complications where there's trafficking involved.
Yeah.
And so when we came on this piece of property and it lent itself to serving in the capacity of housing people, we thought, well, who needs to be housed at more than the international students? So that's how we got the whole thing started. We did get Homeland Security involved, and so we did run this with international students for about 3 years. But then with the involvement of the community, the whole international student program kind of got cleaned up and housing started improving all over the community, and there was less of a need for them to come to a dorm style. But it was at that time we were noticing more and more of a need for people in a financial crisis, because I'm just going to clump everybody in there, whether they're domestic violence or coming out of rehab or coming out of prison. Whatever crisis they're going through, they're in a financial crisis, and that's why they need us. And that's what drives them to the ARC, which is the group that we're serving now. And that's actually always been men, women, and children.
Was the ark before the poor, or did it come about this? Like,
Well, that's a great question. This is Noah's Ark.
okay.
It's owned by the Methodist Church, and it always will be. We don't own it.
Yeah.
We just use the facility for the program that we're running. And Noah's Ark was built in 1974, and
Okay.
it served as a youth retreat center for all the Methodist churches in the region, and that was about 300 at the time. This building that we're looking at here was built around 1945. This was the Riptide Motel.
Oh, all
So when the Methodist Church built Noah's Ark, they bought this motel and they used that footprint to build this youth ministry. I think we've been here 8 years now. And just a quick little backstory. Because we were attending the Methodist Church, our pastor at the time asked my husband, who's an entrepreneur like you, what do you think we could do with this facility? Because it was kind of sitting underutilized. we first came up with the international college students, knowing that there was a big need. We were allowed permission to build a program, and just started putting the program together. But I always felt like if part of this is rehabilitation to help people come back into the community as good, upstanding citizens, you need men, women, and children. You've got to have all three. Men have to learn how to respect women and vice versa, and respect children, and live in a community and not chase after each other, but treat each other with respect. And this is the best place to practice that. And after living here for a year, you've got employment figured out, you've saved a lot of money, you've learned how to do a community really well. And and that takes practice and it takes time. So a year is a good amount of time to really get goals met. We're across the street from the golf. Life is
Yeah, not even a block.
pretty good here.
Are all the other like costs, are those being covered by the poor, or do you have a lot of donations too?
So 400 covers everything.
Okay.
You know, Wi-Fi, electricity, it
Wow.
covers everything. So that's all that they need to invest to stay here and follow the rules. You know, that's a big investment as well. You got to make up your mind that, yes, I want to live this way. Like, I think I was telling you about this, like a match program. So
Okay.
after you save a certain amount of money and you're ready to buy a vehicle, we'll match that so that you can get a better vehicle, and you won't buy one that's constantly breaking down.
Yeah, it's like a matching 401k.
It is matching, and we'll do the same with when you're ready to move into an apartment.
Yeah.
We want you to leave very successful financially, and so we put a lot of money back into them the longer that they stay and they stick with the program.
And do you have a lot of success?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, so-
Everybody comes with a bag of junk, you
Yeah.
know, a past and a lot of hurts. And I think mainly the residents that are living here, they understand that best because they came in just like that. And
Yeah.
as your heart begins to soften and you start contemplating things like forgiveness, and then you start experiencing the benefits of that burden coming off of you, that's what happens in that year.
Yeah, I'm Jeff.
Oh, Jeff, I'm Rob. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Ron. Nice to meet you too.
I feel very blessed.
Yeah.
Very blessed. I can't tell you guys how happy I am right now. Like, I'm like, from where I was 3 or 4 months ago, I mean, I was in a very dark place. I was using drugs. I was getting high. I've got a strong support system now. I'm not drinking. I mean, I smoke cigarettes, but I mean, that's my only vice now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to give those up. So I gave everything else up.
Yeah.
And for some reason, my addict mind tells me, oh, well, everything's gonna, all of a sudden get better because you got sober. And it doesn't work that way, apparently. You
So
know?
how long have you been?
I've been here
here?
since August 18th, I think. I got
Okay.
here. I've been here a little over a month now.
Okay.
In 30 days, I've excelled. I
Yeah.
mean, it's been really good.
What do you contribute that to? Like, what do you think like really like kind of is changing you about being here?
Well, I do like going to the church on Sundays. The meeting we have on Tuesdays in the morning and at night, I think is real cool. I like it, I like when everyone comes together, like as one. I don't look down on nobody. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race you are. I don't care if you're fat, blonde, blue. I love you no matter what. That's
Yeah.
just how I am. My addiction started with alcohol and cocaine.
Yeah.
Those years I don't really remember. I did that and then went from that to opiates. I was addicted to pain pills for a long time. Went from that to kind of like a little bit of weed here and there, and then I went to methamphetamine. I'm just a little over 90 days sober now. I go to meetings. I went to a meeting over one of the guys in my dorm. We went to a meeting this morning. I feel like when I go to NA meetings and AA meetings, I always told myself, whenever I do pull myself out of where I'm at, and I'm able to help the next addict, I'm gonna reach my hand out. The only time I'm looking down on somebody is when I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking. Even all my friends that still get high, I have no bad feelings towards any of them. I love all of them. I wish the best for them. I hope they make it out before they die. I just lost a good friend. He OD'd. This breaks my heart, but he OD'd. They found him dead in his girlfriend's car
Hmm.
because he was clean, like I got clean, and then he did a little fentanyl and he died. And my aunt said to me, she goes, a lot of people would die to be in your position. They're like, because a lot of people die trying to make it out and won't get a second chance. So I feel very blessed, and I'm very thankful that God is with me because there's no other excuse. I can't explain that. You know what I mean? I may have put myself in a bad place, but He's definitely seeing my way out.
Yeah.
I look back, on a lot of the things I was doing. I was stealing from stores. I was, I mean, I don't think, I mean, I don't know how to explain that to anybody, but um, I was doing a lot of fucked up shit, man. And and it says even, I mean, there's like some scripture that I stick by. It says, even if you make your bed in the depths, I'll never leave nor forsake you. So, like, I truly believe that. I make my bed every morning. So, I'm very thankful for Liz, for Mike, for everybody here. They've been nothing but very open arms and welcoming me. And I'm just really grateful. And it says to remain grateful in all circumstances. And even if you don't understand him, because he's working for the good all the time. So, everything bad that happened to me,
Yeah.
I believe is going to make me into who I'm becoming now.
Suffering is a teacher.
Yeah, it's taught me a lot. I mean, pain teaches you a lot of things. I think there's got to be a lot of suffering, and that's exactly what it is. So, what was your name again?
Jeff.
Jeff. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
eat lunch now. I'm starving. But I love you guys, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you guys, man.
Well, he's the reason why we have a program.
Yeah, wow.
And fast forward a year from now, wouldn't it be awesome if he had his own lawn care business or
Yeah, well, I didn't want to
jump the
pressure him into talking about where he sees the future when he's trying to
Yeah, because
handle the now.
actually, the healing process alone is many months. Community,
Yeah,
it's family. Not everybody in your family is going to get along great, and you got to learn how to navigate through that. And that's part of the whole um, downfall is a lot of the problems that we face are rooted in relationships, broken relationships. We can't navigate relationships really well. Our communication may not be great. So this is again the training ground for all of that, just kind of basic healthy living 101.
I'm obviously genuinely interested in this. I really like the, when you're talking about duplicating this, like doing this
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is something I see that should be, and I know that, there are other
Transitional
obviously
housing,
yeah, right.
halfway houses. There's a lot of names for
But
these.
this is what we should be doing as a society to help people, right? What are the skills and how are you teaching some of those skills? Because like you mentioned the landscaping, and what came to my mind immediately was like how I might be able to help people interested in starting a small business.
I know.
Right?
That could definitely be a leg that we add to the program because over the series of 8 years, we've just added on an as needed basis and we've taken away things from the program that weren't useful. But no, what we're teaching is, work hard. 40 hours plus would be ideal, even in the off season. Figure it out, juggle 3 jobs. That is just a skill that we're trying to really enforce is just a good work ethic. Be the best you can be at your workplace. Shine like a rock star so when they lay people off, you are not the one. You're the one they keep. What you're talking about, if you can add another layer to it and you could actually take this opportunity to pursue a dream
Yeah.
and own a small business or become a partner in a small business or something along those lines. I think your work ethic though has to be in place and your determination to follow through with things.
Do they have any trouble like finding jobs just
Oh
because
yeah.
of
I mean, it might be because you're a felon,
like a not a great resume?
not a great resume, or you have a bad track record of just staying with jobs for 2 months and then you quit. Or some who are ready, and it would be so fun to put that to the test
Yeah.
and take a case study,
Well,
take
yeah.
3 people, and let's see what we could do.
Yeah.
And they've really just been waiting for this lucky moment
Yeah.
to
Like
get
find
something
the
off.
few people that are the most ambitious,
And
motivated.
I have found that around here, things are like wildfires. Something really good takes root, and then suddenly everybody wants to be involved in it.
Well, sometimes you
And
might just need to see that someone can do it.
yes,
I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to what you believe you can do.
yes,
I mean, pure and simple.
yeah,
I mean, I say this all the time. Like, I had a lot of friends in high school and college, like way better grades than I did. Probably smarter than I was, and a lot of them now aren't. And the difference was that even that I didn't get the best grades, I had a belief
yeah,
that was unshakable, and it always
yeah,
has been. And to me, it's always like, well, I'm already thinking this. And I think that's kind of like when they talk about manifestation. That's kind of like what it
yes,
is.
yeah,
Like you already in your head, you've already done it.
yeah.
You know, so that's how strong the belief is.
And I like to do something like that with the residents where I kind of take them through a conversation where they can daydream a little bit in their mind's eye. Ideally, where would you like to see yourself?
Yeah.
And it usually starts with, a nice house or an apartment, and you got your kids
Yeah.
and maybe a pet and a car. But we can even take it beyond that. And have you ever dreamed about a career or doing
Yeah.
something in particular? And it's just nice to have the freedom to daydream. And so you've planted the seed. It's
Yeah.
possible. And if I can convince them anything is possible,
Yeah.
they can dig in and kind of move in that direction.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Get a case study going.
Let's do it. I'd love to do that. I think it would be awesome. And I have not mentioned a very big component which makes this very successful is that it's a Christian establishment. And we do firmly believe that life will change when you follow Jesus. And that is not a requirement here, but that's our belief. And so we're going to share that with you. And I think that's part of the success too, is that maybe they're ready to try something new. It's sometimes time consuming, breaking old habits, and we don't hold that against them. That takes time, it takes trust, it takes risk. And so sometimes things will go awry and they'll be asked to leave. And then they might come back in a few months and say, I think I understand where I went wrong. Can I please try it again? And we're like, oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Jesus' way is morally sound and trustworthy. And so it goes hand in hand with our teachings. And
Well, I mean, based on like some of what I've seen, like I feel like a lot of people before probably had a really tough time forgiving themselves,
yeah,
right? And like loving themselves, right? And like that's a big part of Jesus's message is all around love. And if you can't actually love or respect or forgive yourself,
yeah,
then it's probably what contributes to a lot of drug abuse and
yes,
a lot of problems that
yeah,
they got into previously.
yeah.
Right? So-
Everybody comes with a bag of junk, a past and a lot of hurts. And I think mainly the residents that are living here, they understand that best because they came in just like that. And as your heart begins to soften and you start contemplating things like forgiveness, and then you start experiencing the benefits of that burden coming off of you, that's what happens in that year.
So that's what I wanted to ask, if you could share a story because I'm so touched by things. Like, obviously, I'm emotional when people talk about certain things because, like, it happens. It happened to me for that year. So I've been going through it. But can you share a story of someone whose life was completely changed because of this place, and what keeps you going on your hard days from it?
I guess the first person who's coming to mind is a guy named Mike, whose life was just crushed, living in a druggy setting with his young daughter, and had to get out of that environment. And came to us, just meeting people on that first day is always devastating. Just the fear that they have coming in here, and just they're humbled and they're asking for help. But getting his daughter back and getting her out of a terrible home situation, and watching a father bring a daughter in and raise her alone, and then falling in love with Jesus right in front of our eyes, which of course is our number one hope. Yes, we hope you get financially stable, but that whole process over the course of probably a year and a half, he may have lived with us. He decided to go into seminary and is now an ordained pastor. And not only does he have his own moving company, he'd be a great one just to chat with. He has started his own company. He employs the residents here, but now he's the pastor at the VA, Sims Veterans Nursing Home.
Wow.
And to watch him come from here and wind up here, and as a matter of fact, I just ran into him at the bank. And I guess just, hey, Liz, he is just living his best life today. And there's so many just like him, but it just melts my butter, and so I've always said to my husband, like, I don't know how I'm able to go through a full day here. There's a lot of emotion. Sometimes things really feel like failure, but that's also part of the process. And I make it to the end of the day. Then I have to cook a dinner. I don't even have the energy to do that. But then to somehow God refuels me to get up and come back and do it all over again the next day, with the hope and anticipation that another Mike is going to walk through the door and I get another person. We get to have this opportunity again. It's got like opportunity written all over it. And that's all God. I don't know how he can refuel a human for 8 years every single day to come back to the trenches, if you want to call it that, to the emotional roller coaster. And, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it. And yes, we have our share of disaster stories. But my hope and prayer is out of that. There's something coming up the pipeline. God's got his hand in all of this. There might be a relative who's going to come along behind them, or they themselves may come back and ask to come back into the program, or it's never over. It's just never over. God's got something going on behind the scenes. I can see the opportunity, and I can see things that they can't see in themselves. And that is a true blessing, because somebody needs to speak life into them. And on their worst day, they get somebody. It's not just me or Monica, it's the staff. We all need somebody like that. Yeah. And I'll be honest, that's what my husband was for me. Went through a zigzaggy train, off the track life. And he was my greatest advocate, who spoke life into me, and you can do that. You're so creative. And he spoke things into me that I had not really, bought into yet. I couldn't see it in myself yet. And so we all need somebody like you. We do. And I think the Lord fills those special people just because it's so necessary, especially in today's crazy.
There's been people that I talked to, like just the other day. There's one guy who wanted me to reach out to him because he wanted to help me, because I was going through divorce and stuff. By the end of the call, he's like, like I wanted to talk to you to help you, but you ended up helping me.
Wow. Isn't that
And
beautiful?
just like, but I've been having these conversations. It's just like, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to explain things to people. I'm just being present with people.
Yeah.
I'm just being present, and where that goes, it goes. And yeah, like some people, they just want someone that listens, right?
Well, I think that just innately tells them that they're valuable
Yeah.
to take time and just look them in the eye and hear a story or just chat, you know.
I know it's changed. Like I feel joy.
Yeah.
You know, I feel love. Like and it gets deeper every day, and I feel like kind of an outlet for that.
Yeah.
And as I go deeper, it's like I know it's unlimited. Like when you talk
Yeah.
about
Being refueled.
yeah, because it's an unlimited source.
Yeah. I can see you've been a huge benefit in Cassie's life. She talks so highly of you and that support system that you provide for her. And it's interesting because you're talking about, you know, helping people find their passion and then putting that into the form of employment and really building the other person up, which is why I think the Lord keeps refueling you because you're actually doing his work. And she's our perfect prototype. And you've done this so well in her life. And I just see then the joy that she exudes. And in turn, you want to give that to others. And I see your perfect plan working out right here.
It's crazy.
It is. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Well, I look forward to just see where this takes us.
Yes.
And what we get to do next. What we get to do.